Hey everyone, Mundo here. If you would like to support the show, please head to patreon.com/crimeandcourtusa. Yo! What's up everyone, and welcome to episode 22 of Crime and Court USA. I'm your host, Mundo Carrillo. Hope you guys are doing well. I finally got my internet running on Saturday. That was awesome. I could finally sit around and do nothing on YouTube or whatever. You know, the things that I was missing out on, you know. Just, what else? Goofy YouTube vids, Netflix shows. Oh man, Seinfeld's finally on Netflix, so I've been binging that. Couldn't do that without internet. I was just like reading books, listening to podcasts, you know? Not much you can do. You don't realize like how much you're limited until you lose your internet. You know what I mean? Like what were people doing before the internet? I grew up, like I was in elementary school when we learned how to use computers and stuff, and the internet was a thing when I was pretty young. For my older listeners, like how did you guys have to go outside? Did you guys have to make friends? Like what? No way. There's no way. Oh boy, but yes, I am online. I was able to put an episode together at my own apartment, not at my parents' house, like a little boy or something like that. What am I even talking about? Speaking of things being down, the biggest news from this week was Facebook and Instagram going down for a few hours on Monday. That was big news. You wouldn't think that would be, but yeah, a lot of people use Facebook, including myself, as much as I just shit all over Facebook. It's a very important thing that I use pretty much every day, you know, Instagram as well. I kind of hate Facebook. I think most people do, right? Like you just kind of hate it, but you're still on it. You got to see what's going on. For me, back when I was a reporter, I would mostly use it to creep on people I'm writing about. You know, it's like, hey, is this a accused murderer have a Facebook page I can look at? Yep, sure enough, there he is. Facebook's had a rough week. Not only that, but there was a former employee that went on 60 Minutes and spoke about how the company is harmful. Not a great week for Mark Zuckerberg. I wonder if he's like ever just gets tired of everything he has to go through, you know. But then again, he probably just like counts his money and is like, yeah, it's all good. Whatever, I could deal with these headaches. Oh my goodness. What am I even talking about, folks? All right, let's just move on to some news, shall we? This is called Crime and Court USA, after all. This is a weekly podcast where I discussed crime and legal news around the good old US of A each and every week on podcast services of your choice. Today, I want to talk about the Justice Department reviewing a decision to not charge FBI agents in the Larry Nassar case. Larry Nassar, of course, is a former doctor with USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University who is now basically serving a life sentence after being convicted of sex abuse and child pornography charges. In July, the U.S. Inspector General found that the FBI had failed to pursue sex abuse allegations against Nassar in 2015. Then Nassar went on to abuse more victims until his arrest in 2016. More than 330 girls and women have come forward and said that they were abused by Nassar. The Inspector General's report found that an FBI agent, that would be Michael Langman, made false statements to the Inspector General to cover up his failures. During his investigation, he gave those false statements in interviews in 2020 and 2021, so within this last year or so. And this announcement came from Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco on Tuesday at a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing. Some of Nassar's former victims include U.S. Olympic superstars Ali Raisman, Simone Biles, and McKayla Maroney. Simone Biles, of course, she recently testified before the Senate Judiciary Committee last month about this. She's some people consider her the GOAT. Ali Raisman, I've always admired Ali Raisman. She was the team captain for Team USA for I think 2 straight Olympics, right? And she was key in some of those gold medals. McKayla Maroney, of course, she's most famous for being a meme, for making that disapproving face after she kind of blew it. Sorry, she kind of blew it in that vault competition. I think she got silver, where she was like the favorite to win gold, and she kind of she didn't stick the landing or something like that. And yeah, she was also in that commercial recently where she just like shows up in that dude's lawn or whatever and gets the frisbee off the roof. She just shows up. Like, how stupid are commercials? Like, someone just shows up, like a famous gymnast just shows up at your house and like your little gymnast outfit. Someone's gonna get mad about that one. It's not called a gymnast outfit. It's called a whatever. Anyhow, Nassar had some very famous victims. 333 girls and women have come out and said they were abused by him. So Miss Monaco, the Deputy Attorney General, coming out and saying this publicly, I would think that kind of puts a lot of pressure on them to charge Langman. I'm not sure what kind of charges he would face, but they're going to review that and see what charges should come forward, because it seems like if Langman and the FBI had moved forward with charges against Nassar sooner, that more potential victims could have been spared, so we'll see how that all shakes out. And, this case just reminds me of the one I talked about last week with R. Kelly, where, first off, there are a lot of victims, a lot of young victims, and also a case where the system just failed them. I mean, R. Kelly was facing allegations for years and years, going back to the 90s. I mean, he married Aaliyah when she was 15. That was like in 94, 95. And now he barely got convicted last week. So, yeah, it's just another case of law enforcement, of just the system, we'll say, every aspect of the system, just failing victims, failing young women, failing girls. So we'll see. Again, I would imagine saying this publicly puts more pressure for charges to be filed, especially after you have Raisman and Biles and all of them coming out and testifying in front of the Senate, about what was going on. So we shall see. That is about all for today, folks. Remember to follow Crime in Court USA on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter at Crime in Court. Check out the Patreon page, patreon.com/CrimeInCourtUSA. Throw me a few bucks a month if you can. Share the show with your friends. Share it with your enemies. Right now, it's really important to just grow the audience. So just spread the word. Spread the word of Crime in Court USA if you can. Leave a nice review on iTunes. Apparently that helps get in front of more people as well. I really appreciate you guys listening. I do have my internet back, which means I could do research again full time. Yay. Yeah, I'm so happy. All right, guys. Until next time, my name is Mundo, and I'm out. Peace.